I think he is.
Yeah, my kid's in a booster seat. He was ready to move up. He is ready, right?
Her car seat looks like the right size.
There are probably rules on when to move up to a booster seat, aren't there?
Rear facing, forward facing. I think I have it right.
Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Don't think you know. Know you know. Go to safercar.gov/the right seat.
I know my child's in the right car seat, or else I wouldn't get in the driver's seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Little roller up along first. See you in Pittsburgh. Can't wait. All of it is over the field. Looking, throwing in the end zone.
You're tuned into Game On with John Silverberg. Talking all things sports. It's
Game on! Yeah, game on!
Game On, right here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are live every single Thursday from 6:15 tonight to 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. This is Game On, joining you every Thursday. I'm your host, Josh Silverberg. Of course, my co-host, Eric Bo's still out doing with some family issues, but my father, Nelson Silverberg, he is here. Speedy Pedia, of course, on the board. You can check us out on worldwidesportsradio.com, YouTube, Instagram, Periscope, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Job on the Mouth, of course, have their own TikTok and so much more. We're going to get into a lot of things tonight. We're going to update the MLB playoffs. We'll get into that. The Yankees had their end of the year press conference. Talk about that.
Can we talk about the Mets?
You want to talk about? Oh, yeah. Oh, Caleb is here, by the way.
Because I'm wearing the Mets.
Well, there's nothing we want to talk about the Mets.
What did the Yankees?
Because the Yankees season ended.
But can we talk about the Mets?
What do you want to talk about the Mets about?
Pete Alonso hit home runs.
Do you think Pete Alonso?
Yes.
Do you think he's going to be a Met next year? Yes or no?
Yeah.
What if he's not? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You're going to be sad?
Because I'm wearing the Pete Alonso.
Oh, okay. Well. Wait, are you going to like a new player on the Mets?
I wear headphones.
I don't want to wear my headphones. Okay. Oh, he actually put them on perfectly.
Hey, have to keep them on.
Bye.
Bye.
I'll see you later.
See you later.
Okay, upstairs. All right, you want to stay for a few minutes? You have to sit. Okay. So, a lot to digest. Obviously, the Dodgers are playing right now, the Milwaukee Brewers, and getting into this. First off, Dad, how are you doing? Thank you for stopping.
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Yourself? Everything's good? Hey, honey.
Hey, Caleb.
Okay. That's it. Speedy's on
Hi.
there. I don't see him.
What?
You say hi to Speedy.
Speedy, come on.
Come on.
The master.
Oh, there he is.
Master of playing on the headphones.
There's Speedy.
There he is.
There he is. Wow, look at that. You got did Arrow update the shoe collection?
Yeah, no, he didn't.
Okay, he just had the background.
I forgot to, I thought I was in already. I thought I switched it. I must have not saved over.
No, it's all good. Well, we want to get
he's not buying any more shoes.
Well, I mean, you never know with him. Who knows with that? But we want to get to the MLB playoffs.
Yeah, we just on Simon too.
What?
I'm sure.
All right, that's enough of that. We have a lot to get into with the MLB playoffs. Of course, the Dodgers are actually playing right now against the Milwaukee Brewers, and it is 0-0. The Brewers had a threat at the top of the first. The Dodgers got out of it.
Speedy, I want you to come on again.
No, he'll come on later. Okay. So what I was saying was, a lot of the conversation this whole week has been about the whole, I guess, the salary cap per se, in the sense of where MLB is going to go, because there's a strike. There's a strike that's happening in 2027 that's looming. It's probably going to happen, so there'll be no baseball in 2027. Wouldn't that be so sad? No baseball.
Yeah.
Oh, what are we going to do? Anyway, so basically, people have been saying this series is kind of telling why there should be a salary cap, because you look at the Milwaukee Brewers and their payroll of 130 mil, and you look at the Brewers, which have about
the Dodgers,
450, near 5. But it's funny now, Speedy, you can confirm this with me. There was somebody on this network that said you can't buy championships. Yes or no?
I think multiple people on this network have said that.
That's right. Now, let me ask you, did the Dodgers buy a championship last year, yes or no?
Pretty much, but I do think there's some other aspects that they develop players randomly well.
Which one?
Hey, look, I don't know. I mean,
who did they develop? And who did they develop this year in that pitching rotation?
Oh, not this year. No. This year, I agree with you.
What about last year?
Last year, all those random relievers they got at the deadline helped them, though. Like, those
But
are
that's
not
developing.
I think we're
rebirthing.
So,
uh-oh.
no, okay, I'm saying goodbye. He's going
Oh,
upstairs.
you made the scary face.
No, he's got to go upstairs, right? There he goes. Come here first off. Come here first. You have to say goodbye to everybody. You didn't say goodbye. Why are you sad? All right, you want to stay? Come stay. Come and stay. No crying. It's amazing what gets this kid upset. It's really amazing. Look at me. Are you more upset about this or the Mets not making the playoffs?
Oh, he doesn't care.
At least he's more upset about the Mets not making the playoffs. At least he said that. What made you more upset really quickly? Was it the Mets not making the playoffs or the Knicks getting eliminated last year? Oh, the Mets still not getting the playoffs. Okay. Oh, there you go. But anyway, yes. I'll put the headphones on now. Okay. You're not going to hear anything now. All right. So, in regards to where the baseball is going to go, we've talked about.
I don't get my headphones.
Okay, you get your headphones. We talked about in regards to like the CBA and what's going to happen. And the thing is, a lot of these people, a lot of these owners, I've said this, I don't think they're going to approve a salary. Not the owners, I'm sorry, the players will not approve the salary cap.
Of course not.
It's kind of coincidental that when the Mets finally have an owner that will spend money, they'd want to do a salary cap. When we could have used that for years with the Wilpons, would have been nice. But I don't know. I mean, I guess this series is the Dodgers are going to win the whole thing again, right? Like we all agree the Dodgers are going to win it again.
No.
Oh, no, you don't think so?
Well, I don't predict baseball too far in advance because it's just too unpredictable. You wouldn't be shocked if Toronto or Seattle beats the Dodgers. I mean, what's the big deal? Why couldn't they? It's not like Ohtani's having a great playoffs. I mean, they can be had. They're just winning right now. They have a very deep lineup. They're very good. I mean, the Dodgers have an inside track. It's not so much the money. It's just that players just want to play for them. Like,
I'm waiting.
Papa's just waving.
What?
all of the Japanese players just go to the Dodgers. That gives them a tremendous advantage. And that's where it comes in.
Well, that's what it is. I mean, you got Yamamoto, you got Ohtani, and you got Sasaki as well.
Right.
Last
That's
year,
right.
that was the biggest thing. I mean, I viewed the whole the whole thing as, and I know Speed and I have talked about this off the air as well. I don't see the players union having the approval to get this done because they're not going to want this. Because their thought process is, hey, listen, players are still getting paid. Now, I think what they could throw back at Major League Baseball and say, we need to have a floor. Some of these owners need to spend money, because I think, what was it? The revenue came out, I think it was from Sportica today. The revenue came out, and essentially, I think the Red Sox finished, 23rd on that list? But, basically none of that money is going towards the player's salary, which is mind-boggling to me that that's the case. The Yankees are 11th on the list. The Mets were number 1 on the list, where 90% of the money's going towards the player's salary.
But look at it this way. Are the Mets any different than the Dodgers? The Mets wanted to sign Ohtani. They didn't get it done. They wanted to sign Yamamoto. They didn't get it done. It's not like they would love to be the Dodgers, the Mets. There's, you know what I'm saying? That's the exact
I don't know if they were really were they really ever in Ohtani? I don't know if they were ever in. I mean, Yamamoto they were.
But my point is that there's no difference in the teams except that because of where the Dodgers are, and the closest to Japan, it all just falls right into place for them. Plus, their tremendous amount of money that team has. They have a tremendous amount of money to invest. And I don't know, is their yearly salary that much different than the Mets? I mean, the true yearly salary, is it different than the Mets?
Well, I think it's also not the yearly salary, but I think it's also how they spend on the players. How
the Ohtani contract was a sweetheart deal. It don't even cost them any money.
But again, you think about the Freeman deal was a pretty nice deal. What do you think about it?
Right.
You think about the bets they got in a trade, and then they were able to. I mean, they robbed the Red Sox in that deal, and I mean, you got 3 Hall of Famers in the top of the order right there. Add on the fact that when it comes down to it, look at the whole rotation. It's Ohtani, Yamamoto, Glasnow, and Snell.
Right.
And then they got Sasaki as the closer. So they haven't developed any of the starting pitching.
Right.
They haven't. But Speedy brings up the bullpen last year. But I mean, maybe Vesia and I don't know who's it. This guy starts with a G. Can't remember his name. But. To me,
but I mean, look at it.
I don't know.
They signed Freeman. That's just smart front office, right? That's nothing to do with anything, right?
Yeah, I mean, they signed Freeman because the owner basically screwed the Braves, right? That was what it was. And by the way, the Dodgers are winning 1-0 already.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you talk about the trade with Boston. That was just a trade. It was just a trade.
No. And by the way, they already did a pitching change. They put Mizorowski in for Aaron Ashby. So
here we go. The party.
Here we go. The party begins with the Brewers. This is where the game started with a triple, a double. Will Smith struck out, Freeman walked, and then Mizorowski came in against Edmund. So
was this supposed to be a whatchamacallit game? Just a bunch of pitchers game? They
always do that. This is what other than Peralta. Oh, and that's what Speedy said. Yeah, his agent didn't give Freeman the Braves matching offer. He hid it from Freeman. So
I mean, this is the same thing. This is why the Dodgers have an advantage. This is why the Yankees used to have the advantage. Players just wanted to play there. And because of that,
and meanwhile, the third baseman, and now what is it? That third base prospect, the Japanese player, he'll probably go to the Dodgers and they'll trade Muncy
if they want him. Yeah, if that's what they want to do.
Yep, that's probably what they're going to do. So I mean, to me, I view it as I don't think it changes anything with it. I mean, we all knew the Dodgers were going to win this series anyway. I didn't think Milwaukee came even close to having enough offense to match the Dodgers. I mean, I'm surprised after game 1 when Terang literally he didn't take the pitch.
Yeah.
He didn't take the pitch.
That's right. Well, sometimes the best pitch is the first pitch.
What are you doing? What are you trying to show? Are you trying to show your jersey?
No, my headphones.
Oh, your headphones. Oh, you're trying to show your headphones.
Oh, they look nice. Nice headphones. I'm liking them.
Oh. What are you doing? You look like you're modeling right now. Like, what are you doing? Like, get out of the way. But to me, like I said, I view the whole situation. And it was crazy. Even like I think the Dodgers will win tonight. What is it? That's 3-9. They'll sweep the Brewers. I mean, I think if anybody had a shot to beat them, it would have been the Phillies.
I don't know. I mean, I'm going to wait and see. That's why they're going to play.
The Brewers aren't beating them, right? We all know that. The Brewers.
If they lose tonight, obviously they're not going to beat them. But if they win tonight, it's 2-1. Meanwhile, not one home team has won a game so far. So it's kind of interesting. That's four straight wins by the road team.
That kind of happened in 2019 when the World Series. Remember when every road team won every game, and that to me was interesting because I don't think that ever happened before. That was crazy in itself. But I don't know. I feel like if people are saying that this series is going to justify why there should be a salary cap in Major League Baseball. And because you're looking at one team that had a $150 million payroll versus a team that had a $500 million payroll. But at the same time, I also look at it as, well, the Mets also had a $500 million payroll, whatever, so they didn't make the playoffs. Well, the Yankees had a $470 million payroll, and they lost in the division series to the Blue Jays.
That's right. And you just proved the point that you can't buy a pennant.
Well, that's what it is. That to me is where I view. I don't think there should be a salary cap again, and I don't think it's going to get approved.
There is a cap. I mean, no.
No, I know the hard tax. I know the tax, the Cohen tax.
Right. No one's gone over the Cohen tax to any real numbers. So the problem isn't the high number. The problem is the low. There's no floor. Like teams like Pittsburgh. And the Marlins are just playing a whole different game of baseball. I mean, they're not in the mix.
I mean, also really quickly, did you see that Cohen got approved? Well, he's going to get approved for the casino license,
which is probably a big reason why he wanted the team in the first place.
That whole Speedy, did you see the Metropolitan Park pictures?
Yeah, you showed it to you. You were on the phone with Errol and I, and you told me to look it up. I did see it.
Oh my God! I would say when we went to the I can't remember what the name of the Mets festival was. The Fan Fest thing was. They had a whole thing of Metropolitan Park that we went through, Melissa and I, and we went through it and everything like that. And I said to myself, this has got to get approved.
Why is the big, there's so many alternatives, but fine. It's going
to get, what'd you say?
It's going to be a lot harder to park.
Well, I view it as this. I think what I look at it, the public environment with the, with the public parks, they'll be able to do that. Just the bars and the restaurants. It's going to be just a more lively place to be around. That's just what I mean. You know it. You've been going. It's dead. I mean, it's a dead area over there. You can't do anything before the game. It's horrible. There's nothing to do.
Well, I think that's bad, but I think the real problem is there's no off-season thing.
There's nothing to do over there.
There's no reason why people won't want to go there except for the casino now. So, people will go there for the
casino, and you're going to have the shopping center that's going to be involved too.
Right, but there's no, it would have been better if they built a football stadium. I'll leave it at that.
They're doing the soccer stadium, but
right.
Like I said, I remember Melissa and I saw the Metropolitan thing, and it was cool, and it was intriguing, and it's not going to be done till 20. It's going to be in increments, but it's going to be done in like 2031. They said.
Okay.
2030. It'll be done before Disney World makes another park. So that's a fact. But I view the whole thing as this. You're going to have the public parks. They're going to do a food hall, too, for basically Queen-centered foods that they do all around the borough. So they'll do that.
Okay.
They have shopping centers. They're going to have the casino's going to make money. I mean, that's going to be money for them. For Cohen, I should say. That's going to be money for Cohen.
I mean, it's a great location. You got all the highways and all the trains stop there, so everybody can lose their money.
But you also need something. You need
home
fun
safely, so
before
it's
a
good.
baseball game. You need fun before a baseball game. They don't have Citi Field doesn't have that. Like, is Yankee Stadium the be all end all? No, but at least they have bars and places you are around the area. I mean, when you go to Fenway and you go to Yawkey Way, you know. That's,
Yeah, Baltimore has it.
Baltimore has it with the Chicago with the Cubs have it at Wrigley and everything.
Well,
like
that's
that.
different. I mean, Chicago is in the middle of. It's almost like Yankees
No, but even San Francisco.
Stadium. It's nothing built for it. It is truly what's there all year long.
No, but even
Chicago bars.
San Francisco too. There's another one that's nice. And everything.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh.
but those are truly, but they're built in the city.
Well, the Mets are built in the city. The Mets are built in the city. They're built in the city.
The next flesh. What is that? That's not New York City. I mean, you want to get good Chinese food. I guess you could call it the city, but it's not the city in the sense that it's not a vibrant area. It's next to Flushing Meadow Park.
Well, that's what Cohen's trying to do. He's trying to make it. I mean, they're updating. They're going to rebuild the whole subway station as well. That's going to be updated. That bridge that leads you from one area to the other is going to be redone, thankfully, so nobody gets killed on that thing finally. To me, I think it's a necessity. I think it's needed because right now all the shops are gone. So it's just an empty dirt pile. That's essentially what it is. And it's, to me, Snug says, what is your favorite Chinese dish? He's going to say pork chow fan.
No. I like shredded chicken and garlic sauce.
Speedy, what's yours? Good conversation started.
Let's see. I like what is it, lo mein, it's called, the pasta with the shrimp in it, I think is.
Oh, that's what Caleb likes. He likes plain lo mein.
Nice.
That's what he likes. I like General Tso's chicken. I go with.
Also, I like duck chow fan, but you can only get that in the city.
Yeah, at Wohop. Yeah, you can only get it there.
Wohop.
Or Hop Key. Is Hop Key still around? Or is Hop Key gone?
I don't know. I think it's still there. That's definitely still there.
But anyway, regardless, like I said, going back to what we were saying, the whole area is going to be changed. It's going to be for the better. I think
you're not going to appreciate it, but I understand what you're saying.
No. What, the area? I mean, before a game, I'll go to the area. Why not? I want to go.
Well, they used to have what was the name of the bar in Citi Field? Not the one the Will Pond kid owned.
McFadden's?
Not McFadden, the other one. There was
the one that was after McFadden's, the baseball brewery one. Yeah. No,
Will Pond. Yeah, the Will Pond's.
Yeah, they have a restaurant there, the K Corner.
Right.
So there you go. They have a restaurant. Yeah, but that's one thing. I mean, you're talking. I mean, I feel like now that whole area is going to be vibrant before games.
It'd be amazing. You got to have the casino. You got to have the prostitutes. You got to have the baseball game. It's going to be amazing.
Right. Did you hear that, Speedy? All around.
Oh, I heard the P word involved in that.
Oh yeah, I heard the P word.
It's all going to be there.
Anyway, moving on now to the American League Championship Series. Surprising, I guess you could say, yesterday, because Seattle went up 2-0. They dominated Toronto the first 2 games. Julio Rodriguez, it's a 2-run home run in the first inning, and you're thinking, Seattle's cruising here. Next thing you know, it's basically chaos ensues, and basically Toronto just decided, hey, by the way, we're gonna picture Seattle's pitching like Yankee pitching now, and we're gonna just bomb everything. They hit 5 home runs in the game yesterday.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
Nuts. And that's the hardest ballpark. They had a home run in next to San Francisco. And they just did it with no problem.
That starting pitcher looked so funny after every home run.
Oh, Kirby looked frustrated. Yeah. Now they're facing Castillo tonight, and that's a challenge in itself. And then the report is Wu could be pitching Game 5. Their all-star starter could come back and pitch Game 5. But now you're getting dicey because now the thing is Seattle does not want this to go back to Toronto. That's the big thing right now, because I feel like even if Seattle's up 3-2, they go back to Toronto. You have a little worry about how Seattle can finish this off. I mean, I know they won the 2 games in Toronto, but now it's like you see this Toronto team. Once they have momentum, it's kind of like how are you stopping it, right? Like yesterday, for example, how are you stopping the machine that they are with the lineup? It's just home run.
Yeah, but that was too good. Yeah, my team does that well. I get nervous that's the end of it. They blew the wad on that one game, and that was it.
Seattle has to win tonight. This is a must-win for Seattle tonight. You have one of your best pitchers in Castillo on the mound. You're home. You have to win it. You go 3-1. You feel a little bit better. You lose. Now it's 2-2, and now a lot of the pressure goes back to Seattle now, because now it's like, oh God, are they going to get out of this now? Because you're up 2-0. Are they going to get out of this? You know, Toronto has all the momentum now. Now Toronto's obviously going to have pressure, but a lot of it's going to be waiting on Seattle because, you know, once Seattle went up 2-0 and just dominated them at the Rogers Center, it was almost like a foregone conclusion. And listen, before the playoffs, I picked Seattle Dodgers World Series. So I'm not even. Well, I love Seattle's pitching, and I thought Naylor and Riley would be enough to carry them and everything like that. Which, by the way, Judge had a great season. Riley should be the MVP.
What?
Riley should be the MVP.
Really?
Yeah.
Based on what?
Switch hitting catcher.
Really?
In that tough ballpark, 60 home runs for a switch hitting catcher, that's tough to do.
I don't care. Judge had like an 1,100 OPS.
I know he did.
That's like historical numbers.
I know he did, but I just think I like Judge. I think Wilder earned it this year.
The guy batted 240.
Okay, so he had 60 home runs, over 100 RBIs.
Yeah, I know.
He's a switch hitting catcher in Seattle.
I don't care, but he still only batted 240.
That's fine. Nobody cares about batting average.
I'm telling you. So Judge batted like what, 3? I don't even know what it was. 330.
Oh my God! And I would always
50-something home runs. 50-something home runs. You're crazy.
Listen, Judge is the best player in baseball. I've said this.
You're right.
Time again.
So he should win the MVP.
But I think Riley earned it this year. Is what I'm saying. And he also played the whole year. Riley played the whole year.
So what does that mean? So he had 50-something home runs and didn't play the whole year, batting 330. I'm saying Judge.
Oh, Riley hit 60-plus homers as a switch hitting catcher.
I don't care what he is a switch hitting catcher. The switch hitting part is just what he is, right? You don't get benefits because you're a switch hitter. You're a switch hitter, and you happen to be a catcher, which is great. But come on, you can't compare the two players. It's ridiculous.
Well, the Brewers tied it as 1-1 in the bottom of the second. You know, everything like that.
There you go. Go.
I thought somebody was knocking at the door.
No, there you go. If the Brewers win tonight, it's a whole new series.
I know it's not.
It's just, look.
I like to call this a gentleman's sweep if they let the Brewers have one game. Because then Ohtani's pitching tomorrow.
So what? Ohtani and he's going to give you his 4 good innings.
Really? Did you see Ohtani in the game in Philly?
Yes.
Did you see him?
Fluke.
What he did? Oh,
Fluke.
yeah, Fluke. Okay.
Fluke. He never does that.
That's a Phillies lineup on the road he did that against. That was pretty
good. That's okay. That's not
what
what he is normally.
Before we get to our NFL stuff and all that and everything of that nature, we'll get to the news about James Franklin being let go by Penn State. Actually, did you see Indiana gave the coach a new contract today? But James Franklin, he is out as head coach at Penn State. I thought after Speedy, you know how Who did I say was the number one overrated team in college
Yeah,
football
you said
this
Penn State.
year?
I remember that. I remember
It was
that.
Penn State. It was Penn State. I said I don't understand why they're the number 2 team in the country when every single year they lose to a good team every year, and they did it again. They lost to Oregon at home, right? But then, hey, let's put the whipped cream on it and lose to UCLA, who's 0-4 with an interim coach. And then, oh, by the way, put the cherry on top, and we'll lose at home to Northwestern, and we'll do it that way. And I said, this guy's done.
And what was the buyout?
Was
49
it 49 mil? But now, so there's a caveat to it. He has to look for a job.
Why?
No, because that's in the contract to get the buyout. He has to look for a new job, and Penn State, it could be a broadcasting job too. Doesn't matter. Penn State pays him the difference.
Could it be like a substitute teacher?
Possibly. It could be a high school coach. It could be that.
That's right.
But I mean, it could be literally. We all knew this was going to happen, but now everybody's trying to figure out who's going to be the next guy in charge of Penn State. Like, where are they going to turn? Some have said, is it Matt Rule? Is he going to leave Nebraska? People were saying the Indiana coach, but he just got a new deal from Indiana. Some have said, what's his name from Ole Miss? Oh,
Kiffin?
God. Kiffin. Someone said Lane Kiffin would be one. Some have said
the Florida job though. Napier.
yeah, I mean, 2 names I've heard. One is if he gets let go by Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin would be interesting. But another thing I've heard recently is John Harbaugh. Would John Harbaugh take the job if he gets let go by the Ravens? And I don't think John Harbaugh would. I think John Harbaugh would get scooped up by another NFL team in a second. But to me, the Penn State job's going to be it's going to be the number 1 job in the country. You know? Apparently Stunk thinks you should take the job. So
Me?
Yeah.
I'm more of a general manager. I'm not a coach. But yeah. I mean, if you want to give me that buyout deal, I would last like a year and just basically tank.
Yeah,
give me the $50 million.
So here we go. Betting favorites emerge for Penn State's. Let me see. Hold on. Right now, I'll look it up. Nittany Sports now has it. Right now, the favorite is Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator from the Buffalo Bills, over Matt Rule, Syracuse head coach Fran Brown, and Cignetti's not going to be on it. He just got a new deal from Indiana. And other guys are on here are right here, John Harbaugh. Oh, somebody has Brian Kelly. You're gonna trust that guy?
One coach, another coach that doesn't win big games.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be shocked. You know, Matt Rule. Like I said, he, was a former linebacker for Penn State and coach at Penn State on James Franklin's staff. So that would not surprise me. But Joe Brady would be interesting, I guess, because he's a young guy that I feel like he could relate to the kids really well. It's so crazy because remember they're putting all these refurbishments at Beaver Stadium. So they're like trying to do that, but now it's the rest of this year is going to be like a tough sell. And now Drew Aller can't even come back because he played enough games this year that he cannot come back, that he's got to come out for the draft next year.
Just out of curious, how would you feel if you were a student at Penn State and your semester tuition is $22,000 a semester, and they just gave this guy $15 million not to be there? I mean, it's crazy.
I think Wisconsin has to take a note out of this and fire Fickle at some point, but they won't do it. With McIntosh, McIntosh won't do it, so they're stuck at the hip with those two.
They've had named coaches recently, but they just don't succeed. I think the Big Ten, they're just a second-tier school within the Big Ten. They're just not. And the other problem is they play in the bad conference in the Big Ten.
Well, the Big Ten. The problem is with all these teams, with USC and with Oregon, and now obviously Penn State does good recruiting. Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, Indiana. Now they're going to become a recruiting powerhouse with the year they're having with Cignetti and Mendoza, putting them on the map. It's going to be. It's a tall order for. I guess a team like Wisconsin, a team like Iowa, a team like Michigan State.
Not the same.
They're just not. It's going to be a challenge for them going forward. I think college football is dead as we know it.
Yeah, so I said it as soon as they extended the playoffs.
Yeah, well, because the truth of the matter is, last year Wisconsin had, I think, the 19th recruiting class in the country. The day before they had the 14th recruiting class in the country, and here's the problem. These guys are here for a year, and then they go into the portal because of the money, and they leave.
Right.
That's why you can't even get excited about decision day anymore like you used to 5 years ago. I think that is come and gone, where every year you're going to have the same teams in the playoff every year. The Ohio States, right? The Alabamas, the Georgias, the the Texas, all of these teams that are just powerhouse with money. And it's even in basketball, right? Like Duke's always a powerhouse. Go John Shire. Duke is a powerhouse. You know what I'm saying? Literally, John. I mean,
I said it as soon as it happened. I think it was on the show, and I said this. I said college sports are done. Once you're able to pay individual players, you talk about cap money. This is total Wild West college sports now.
Look at basketball. Yeah. I mean, look at St. John's. They got Mike Rapoli, who's one of the richest guys on the planet with vitamin water. Him and Rick Pitino are single-handedly. They got a whole new training facility. They got new locker rooms at St. John's. They completely refurbished Carnesecca Arena. They're playing more games out at Madison Square Garden every year now and that money is going to them. So in the end, a team like St. John's is going to be a powerhouse top 5 every year. You're going to have, like I said, the usuals. The Dukes are going to be there every single year. The Gonzagas because of the name. But actually, if you look, Gonzaga's starting to die down a little bit because they don't have that kind of money.
Yeah, they don't have the fun, right?
That the Duke and who else is another powerhouse in basketball that
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
North Carolina is a big
well, they are, but they've been struggling though.
Look, the two things that happened at the same time. The first is the constant expansion of playoffs, and combine that with the name likeness money. Name image likeness money have totally destroyed college. Why do I care? It used to be that if Texas played Alabama in like the first 3 weeks of the season, you had to watch that game because the loser is not making the playoffs. It was 4 teams. Now, who cares who wins or loses? They're both going to be in the playoffs. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter whether one's the 6th seed and the other one's the 3 seed. The regular season games don't mean anything anymore.
It's just about getting the bye. It's about getting that bye. And the
it doesn't matter. I understand what you're saying, but in the end, it's not a big deal that keeps me interested in these games. Same thing in the basketball. You said they're expanding the NCAA tournament to 70-something teams eventually.
Speedy, didn't they come for, it's, I think, 70, is it 76 now?
I believe.
Yeah, it's 76, which is insane.
76. I couldn't even name 76 colleges that would potentially be.
It's the network.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the network.
I know why they're doing it, but what it means is that who watches regular season college basketball with any intensity? Like, who cares? It means nothing. It doesn't mean anything anymore. The only thing it means is like if your team stinks, you don't play in a region close to your house. I mean, who cares? It doesn't matter. None of it matters anymore. So they made they put a lot of interest in those 3 weeks of the playoffs, but what they did, they totally destroyed the 3 or 4 months of the regular season.
It is. It's meaningless now. There's nothing to it at this point. And then, like I said, even like when you do, like it's so funny. Like you see, like the recruiting classes. Oh my goodness, my team is 6th in the country. Blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, they'll be gone in a year. They'll go somewhere else. They'll be gone.
It even filters down. It even filters down to regular sports. To me, like the baseball playoffs, the format is horrible. That a team that actually wins a division, I don't care what the record is, but a team that actually has won a division has to play a best-of-3 series. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, the 3 wildcard teams should just battle it out, and once that's done, then you get to the regular playoffs. No division winner should ever have to be in a best-of-3 series. They played 162 games. They were the best team in the division, whether they're 89 and 73 or 99 and 63. To me, it's all the same. You won a division. You shouldn't have to be in some round best-of-3 series. It's terrible for the sport. If your team wins a division and you get swept in 2 games because of a team that happened to be hot at the end of the year, that kills your fan base.
Well, listen, I agree with you. I think Snug said it before. We've talked about this. I think the NCAA is on life support at this point. But the thing is, they're still getting ratings. From the Southeast Conference,
right,
in the Big Ten, and like to me, there's not even a point of having conferences anymore. I don't even think there's even a point. I think.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing, as the conferences get bigger, it's like the Big Ten and all these conferences.
Well, the
get
Big Ten
bigger
started
and
this.
bigger.
Yeah, the Big Ten started when they put Rutgers. They started this whole thing.
Rutgers and Maryland.
Yeah, but
my point is, as these conferences get bigger, there should be less of a need to have more teams in a playoff. Because if you have 20 teams in the Big Ten, then that championship game should eliminate the other 19 teams right away. Like you shouldn't have multiple teams within a conference in a playoff series. Like winning the championship of your conference should be enough to say, all right, I'm in the playoffs. We eliminated those teams. You know what I'm saying? That's what the playoffs are for.
It happened like you brought up. It happened in the baseball playoffs last year. The Mets played the Brewers, and the Brewers won the division.
Yeah, and the Mets beat them.
And the Mets beat them. It's the same thing as last year. It's, also the Tigers, too. The Tigers played the Astros last year and beat them in both games.
The Mets finished in 3rd place.
Also, the Tigers beat the Guardians this year.
Right.
The Tigers beat the Guardians.
But that was always you could argue there. But the Mets were in 3rd place last year.
I agree. Well, yeah.
And they knocked. Then they knocked the Brewers out.
Well, maybe Devin Williams should have pitched better.
I'm not arguing. I'm just saying. To me, it's like the way it should work is the 2 worst wildcard teams, the 2 worst wildcard teams play it out one game, and then the winner of that game gets a day off, and then they travel to the number 1 wildcard team, and they play a 1-game series. And the winner of that game is the only, and the winner of that game goes on to the regular playoffs. Then you have 4 teams left in each league, and then they play it out to. That's it.
That Rob Manfred would say, I refuse that. That's too complicated for me.
That's so simple. It's 2 games. They'll be done with it in 3 days. He's got
to worry about he's got to worry about Major League Baseball being on 10 different apps next year to watch a baseball game between Netflix and Hulu and Peacock and Cody Channel and Apple TV.
Wait a minute, the Cody Channel? What's the Cody Channel?
What is it? The Cody app. They have games on Cody on the Sundays. That's how you watch the game on Sundays and the early ones.
On Cody?
Yeah, you know that they were watching. Not the not Cody. What's it called? Roku. Roku.
Oh yeah, the Roku. Yeah.
There's so many. They don't have 50 billion apps next year. How's somebody going to watch a game?
Well, because that's that's baseball playoffs. That's where the money is made, right?
Well, that's the way they're gonna make money because it is what it is. But Speedy, let's get to our NFL picks for the week 3 games of your choosing. Speedy, let's rock and roll.
Before we do have that, we have our friend Snug is calling.
He's calling, but he's not gonna be able to hear us, Speedy.
All right, well, we will try.
Oh my goodness!
Ay.
You guys have to yell really loud because you are really quiet.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're not gonna be able to hear us, Snug. We're still trying to figure this out.
He could hear you through the app. Can he hear through the app?
I don't know.
All right, so this is what I'm going to say. First of all, Nelson, you were the man. Thank you for 2 weeks in a row. Something special.
Thank you. You're welcome.
You're also the man for reminding me 2 weeks in a row because I can't remember shit anymore. I'm getting old.
Yeah, that's true. That's facts. He's not wrong about that.
You're right, but what you're talking about is a really interesting dynamic that we're coming into with sports in general. It's baseball, it's NCAA, anyway, college football. All of these things are coming into question because we're exploring right now is the economic line between supply and demand. Because in the past, supply was way behind demand. Now they have so many other ways to get it. Like I'm watching the baseball game on TNT. I mean, who watched the baseball game on TNT 10 years ago, 15 years ago? It didn't happen. Or you had to go to FS1 to see the game. Didn't happen. So there's so many more avenues to get there. And what the boardrooms are doing is they're going to keep pushing it out until they get to the point where people start to revolt with their wallets. It's going to happen sooner or later because we're getting a more and more diluted product. Because to your point, it would be so much more exciting if it was one and done in the wild card, right? Like when they're tied at the end of the season, you get that. That is great. That is super entertaining. But these 3-game series, and you're kind of like, and then you got teams that limp in, like the Cincinnati Reds. That was terrible. That was bad baseball. They had no business being in the playoffs. It would have been better just to let them sit and come in the next round. So we are going to see that in the next probably 10 years where we start to find out where is the line. And dollars are so big, they can't resist.
Well, that's the point. I mean, the industry, 20 years ago it was all network television. Now it's all fragmented. So even players like Amazon Prime are in the mix. Like everybody wants a piece of it. And because of that, the NFL is glad to abide because they get money from every one of these networks. What if they're even networks? I don't even know what you want to call them, streaming services. And because of that, it just behooves all these leagues to just sell little pieces of it to a lot of different places because all these places want to get a piece of it just so they can get eyes on their apps or services. And they get a lot more money doing it that way than selling the bundle to, let's say, Fox or whatever. So it's going to continue like that. And that's why they have to keep making more and more product. And you keep making more and more product by letting more and more teams in the playoffs. So the NCAA allows 12 teams instead of 4, and 10 or 20 years ago it was only 2 teams. The top 2 teams played maybe for the championship, when it was just a bowl game. So it's, it's just an evolving thing, and it's going to get worse. And that's just the nature of the business right now.
For these networks and these entities to recognize this and to start to protect their product. We've seen in the last, 30 years, I think eBay's roughly 30 years old at this point, how valuable the auctioning system has become across the board. And there's endless things on TV Posh and all that other stuff where you can go on and bid on stuff. And they need to protect the quality of their product and charge more money to these folks who want a piece of it, like the Primes of the world, rather than continuing to generate newer and lesser quality product across the board. That only works for a short amount of time. But I'll use myself as an example. 10, 15 years ago, I was way more into the NFL or the NCAA tournament. Now they're kind of boring because there's so much to get through. Baseball season, I watch the playoffs now. And none of this is as good as soccer, but we all know that. The reality is they are diluting and to the point like having a delicious Coca-Cola, but putting a gallon of water in a 17-ounce Coke. That's going to be really disappointing sooner than later, right? Your fizz is gone, your flavor is gone, and that's what they're doing. So rather than do that, sell the 17-ounce Coke for a whole lot more money because the demand is not going to go away, but the demand is also not endless.
You're right, but the fact is, if you sell it, first of all, nobody's going to pay for the block of everything that they're going to make if they just fragment it out to give little pieces. Like I'm sure what Amazon pays for that little Thursday night package is more, which is a non-existent thing, which is something that didn't even exist 10 years ago. So they made up this Thursday night game, and now all of a sudden you get a player like Amazon comes in, they buy it, and the NFL makes money that didn't even exist. They're basically creating money by doing these things. So I understand what you're saying, but I don't think you're ever going to go back to the way it was before. First of all, not as many people even care about network television anymore. I mean, when you talk about cord cutting and everything else that's going on in the media industry today, that the highest rated show on Channel Fox would never come close to what it was in the 70s. And so the value of an NFL game on Fox probably isn't even as valuable as it was, let's say, 30 years ago.
Well, Snug, we do have to let you go because we are running short on time.
I'm sorry.
Appreciate you No. We appreciate you calling in, of course. You could call in, of course. I'm sure my dad will probably be on again next week. So if you call in earlier, we'll let you on sooner than later. Snug, any last words other than cupcakes?
Yeah. Shout out to the Mets for next year. I'm still going to cheer for you. Shout out to the 49ers. Shout out to Maryland. Shout out to Lyle. Shout out to Manchester United being relegated. Shout out to Speedy. Shout out to Jeff. Shout out to Erlonomics. Shout out to 70 miles per hour. I'm out.
Thanks, thank you, Snug. All right, Speedy, we'll do one football game. Let's do one before we get to you. You're better than that. So what do we got, Speedy? What's the game? I know there's a game tonight.
Yeah, we're not going to take the battle of the senior citizen quarterbacks.
Say what you want about the senior citizens quarterbacks, but Rodgers is winning games and they're going to win the division.
Rodgers is within the system is playing well.
Yeah, that's what happens when you go to a competent organization. But yeah, go on.
All right, we'll go with the battle of Errol's two favorite other AFC teams, probably besides the Jets. His favorite or second favorite quarterback, Daniel Jones, and the Indianapolis Colts, taking on Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers. The Chargers are 1.5-point favorites at home.
The Chargers are the home team, but I feel like they don't have a home field advantage. That's the thing. It's weird because I feel like the Chargers, they're just getting by. Like they just got by against Miami last week, right? Like that's where they're at. They just won the game. I don't like where they're at right now. I like where the Colts are. Daniel Jones has looked great. Give me the Colts in this one. I like it. I'm surprised. Actually, I'm not surprised Chargers are the favorites, but I'll take the Colts.
Okay. I was just going to give 1 second. One team is the most surprising team, and the other team is constantly the most disappointing team to me because they should always be in the mix, but they're never in the mix. And everybody goes next year. I'm taking the Colts.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm taking the Colts. I can't do nothing.
No, it's fine. That's fine. It's time for your. It's time for you. You're better than that.
I don't know if I have one.
Well, if you don't have one, that's okay. Speedy, what's yours?
All right, so I'm going to go for the Pat McAfee and Chris Long versus Pro Football Focus feud. Like they're bringing it up. Oh, this is not an indicative of the players' ratings. Meanwhile, you're taking shots at some of the hardworking individuals that do a lot of research to dissect all these different stats that you making $20 million a year or whatever you're doing, Pat, and Chris Long obviously being an NFL player. Yeah, and not everything's going to be indicative of everything, but it's still a lot of research. To take shots at like all these people that are doing all this research. You're Pat McAfee, I would think you're better than that.
Okay. No, because I was reading. I wanted to confirm what I was saying before. No, I would say you're better than that is college coaches or any coaches getting 10-year contracts. If you give a player a 10-year contract, that could go awry, right? Even that's weird. But now coaches are getting, like Signetti, I think, just got, what, a 10-year deal from Indiana. Frank Hood got a 10-year deal from Penn State. We have to be more self-aware that when we're doing this, do we really think the guys are going to be here for 10 years? I mean, that's just the part I'm just like, I don't. It makes it because the buyout's going to suck if it goes down. It does.
It just goes to show how much money colleges are making.
Well, yeah, it's all from vendors, and it's all from alumni, and it's all from all that. That's what it is. So colleges, any sport in general, get better than that. Please don't hire coaches and managers for 10 years. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Dad, thank you so much for
no problem
filling in this week. Check us out at worldwidesportsradio.com, YouTube, Instagram, Periscope, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and so much more. Check out Job on the Mouth on Mondays and Wednesdays at 7:30, Snowman in the morning, and the Weekend Crunch on 103.9 FM, the ON News Radio Network with Errol and Speedy. It's great stuff. We'll see if Eric is back next week. Not sure. If not, Nelson will be back. I'm sure.
Look, in 2 more weeks, I want a third picture on the. I'm just saying, in 2 more weeks.
No. We can make that happen. No, that's fine.
2
we can
weeks.
make that. Seriously, I can make that happen. If you really want that, I can make that happen. Seriously.
You can do it?
Oh yeah, it's easy. Ask Speedy. Speedy, I can make that happen in like an hour.
Okay.
I can do it right now.
I don't want to get Eric.
Are you implying
that? Now. I want Eric to be back.
No. Well, look at what Speedy does when Eric's not here. Look at what Speedy does. He just takes him out of the logo completely.
Are you implying that Caleb's gonna get his own camera next week?
I gotta be honest with you. I should do like a logo of my dad, and then like Caleb like hanging on like a monkey. It's like one of the letters. You know what I mean? Like, should do that. But we'll talk to you all next week. For, of course, my father, Nelson Silver, for Speedy PD, I'm Josh Silver. Thank you. Good luck to all the teams this weekend that are still in the playoffs. Enjoy your sports. We'll talk to you next week. This has been Game On Live on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.